Tonight we are delighted to have the official launch of the SAS Advanced Analytics Lab in the Centre for BMI. This is the first of its kind in South Africa, and tonight we are here to see what it is all about.
I wish to welcome you to this landmark event. This is not a small event. I think we're putting a stake in the ground here today that changes the way that education and teaching happens in South Africa. Now, SAS has a worldwide academic program that basically endeavors to engage degree-granting institutions regarding the teaching, amongst others, of advanced analytics. And in November 2007, Michael Hagstrom, which is the Senior Vice President for SAS International, was actually in South Africa. And he called me into an office and we had a discussion about the SAS academic program. And there he challenged me to create, at a higher education facility, a sort of a engagement between SAS, a university, and industry for the development of advanced analytics skills as such. I had to ask myself, now, if I want to stake my career in SAS on something, which university would I stake my career on? And it was very obvious to me, Northwest-University.
Let me first say that I'd like to thank all the support that everyone has provided in terms of making this laboratory a reality. We heard the importance of our physical infrastructure and planning department. Rian had many visits, indeed, Murray, to our campus management, and the Dean, Professor Kobus Pinaar, and everybody worked collectively very hard in supporting this initiative, and we are so proud to be here today. But I think in terms of what we need for this kind of laboratory, for this kind of research, is absolutely resource intensive. And for a university to be able to provide all the financial, the human, and the physical infrastructure on its own becomes very difficult in this day and age for any university. And I think partnerships between specifically the university and industry help us in sharing these resources and exchange of ideas. And this laboratory that we're officially opening tonight will enable us to be more competitive locally and internationally through the partnerships.
And everything starts with the current data deluge. Now, worldwide businesses, private sector, public sector, large and small companies, they capture data on a daily basis, and this data deluge has created a serious need in the labor market for people that are skilled in analytics, and they must also be seen as professionals. Now, what happened in business is that you get a lot of engineers, you get computer scientists, mathematicians, and so on that will fill these vacancies, but a lot of the time they don't have the statistical or analytical background to do that. And the design of the business analytics master's degree was done in such a way that we can even take on engineering students and students from other faculties that can demonstrate that they have this analytical talent.
It gives me great pleasure to congratulate the Centre for Business Mathematics and Informatics at Northwest-University on behalf of SAS Institute and Dr. Jim Goodnight on the establishment of the SAS Advanced Analytics Laboratory. As Murray said, this is a project which Dr. Goodnight himself took a personal interest in, and I know that he would personally have preferred to have been here. Of course, that was just not possible. In particular, I'd like to commend Professor Rian de Jong on taking the initiative to address the needs of business and industry, and in doing so, creating exciting futures for our youth. This initiative pushes South African academic frontiers into new revolutionary spaces, and in doing so, creates a leadership position for Northwest-University in the academic world of business analytics.
LCB interviewed a couple of our BA students who had the privilege to attend. This opened the door for them for some face-to-face networking.
What do you believe are the key benefits to obtaining a degree in business analytics?
Business analytics is really important, and it's a new evolution right now. I'll have like an advantage over other students because I will know about data. Take messy and unstructured data and translate it to meaningful information that's going to help the business.
I believe that one of the key benefits is that we are extensively prepared for industry, and that the real-life experience along with the practical SAS courses will ensure that we hit the ground running when we start our careers.
To me, the main reason would be because of the unique set of skills that we are being taught here. We gain business skills to learn to ask the right questions, as well as mathematics and statistical skills to develop sophisticated models.
What do you believe is the impact that a student with an MSc in business analytics could have on your organization?
Now, ABSA's got about 10.5 million customers. It's really interesting how the ability to do analytical modeling assists us to prove or disprove executive hypotheses. So I believe in our environment we are combining the qualitative elements of what's happening on a behavioral level. We form hypotheses around those, and we need a physical evidence in terms of the hard facts. And that's where, the contribution of analytics and insights and advanced analytics are playing a huge role.
From an industry perspective, I don't think it's nice to have anymore to focus on analytics. I think it's imperative. And that is where our competitive advantage is ultimately going to come from, because we are not able to identify patterns easily, especially with the volumes of data that we are seeing from a mobile perspective specifically. It is not possible to do that by yourself. You would need people that are able to use proper techniques that they've been trained in, to apply them and come up with the best business solutions that you can apply back into your organization, because ultimately that is going to drive your success and whether you are able to meet your targets at the end of the year.
The explosion of data right now in companies, where we're seeing that we have companies that go from large data to really big data, and they don't know how to understand that data. They don't know how to actually explore that data. I mean, I think students with this background on how to actually interrogate, look at that data, be able to find trends in that data would be key to how we move forward. I mean, if you look at companies right now, a lot of companies do not understand what questions they should be asking, okay? And this is key in that we can actually find pattern matching, etc., in understanding this data to ensure that we are solving business problems.
And I think somebody that has this qualification will really be able to drive value in organizations they work for. The days have gone of when database administration was important or infrastructure administration was important. The real value that companies are sitting on is on their data. And someone that is a data scientist is perfectly positioned to unlock that value for the companies they work for. This gap is growing between the need for a service such as this or for a capability such as this, and this qualification is perfectly set to close that gap.
To each and everyone, especially our sponsor SAS, thank you very much for making this night possible. Until next time, take care and be blessed.